What is up, Bucs Nation? It is Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. You're watching the Loose Cannons podcast. I'm your boy, Sammer. Hanging out with, of course, to the right box on your screen, the sexiest Dominican I have ever known. All right, guys, it's not even a question. All right, this man's meats are considered a delicacy in 13 states in 9 different countries. My brother, my brown brother, Poppy fucking Latte. And on the left of your screen, beneath me as always, in his tiny little square, is a white man whose feet are banned in 27 states. And he's actually not even legally allowed to set foot, literally set foot, in the UK. My stepbrother, Stank Ali.
But I did play footsies with Antoine Winfield Jr.
At one point or another, yes. Now, our special guest, to the right of your screen, is the OG, the guy who invented Buccaneer podcasts. All right? Sure did. A man who I thought wasn't truly one of us, but 2 weekends ago, he became more than one of us. He's kind of like a dad and an uncle and a brother. The one, the only, Derek Fournier, old school of What the Buck podcast. Derek, welcome to the Loose Cannons podcast.
Legend.
How you doing?
Legend.
Just legend.
Fantastic to be here and fantastic to cover 3 family relations in one fell swoop.
Hell yeah. So listen, this is a special edition of the show, right? We already recapped the most recent game. This show is going to be dedicated to the 4 of us sitting around here talking about the most epic 4 days of our lives in a tiny little town called Appleton, Wisconsin. A little bit of time spent in Green Bay as well, but the shenanigans that ensued when we arrived into a very odd town, to say the least.
How many of the people in the chat room, because I don't see the chat stream here, you guys do actually have been to Appleton? Like, get a ratio of what we're dealing with out there to see if anyone has been to this wonderful place. I know that B-Shuck and Sill and a bunch of other people are probably over there who can corroborate some of these stories. But you talk about small town USA. Appleton is, in fact, like on the postcard of small town USA is Appleton. And it was a great time. It was my first time traveling with these fine gentlemen. Though I've had the pleasure of being on their podcast a number of times and socializing in some degree, with them as well. But traveling is different. You're out of your zip code. We all know what that means. Shenanigans can ensue. I'm fortunate I wasn't on the plane with the guy that doesn't wear shoes because I would have whooped his ass and thrown him out of the damn emergency exit because that's just gross.
Thank you.
But I thank you, Sammer, and the team from Loose Cannon's travel crew for putting together a great trip. I've done a number of trips. I usually travel solo. I like to fly a little bit low key, but it was really neat. All the stuff you guys set up. It wasn't Julie the cruise director shit. There was fun stuff you could participate in. You could do your own thing. You had space, but you also had people to hang out with, and I had a great time.
All right. So
I mean, why wouldn't you get comfortable on the airplane?
I swear to God, man, if I'm ever on a plane and you take those shoes off, just know that instep is getting stomped on.
It's just such a freeing experience.
It's gross.
Thank you. You get it. You understand it, Derek. So you weren't there on Thursday. We got there one day before everybody else. Okay?
On my birthday.
And And so we kind of said, let's go a day early. Let's go celebrate Latte. He's turning 27. It's going to be a whole deal, right? So we made it a point to go there. And so we landed. We get our shit checked in at the hotel. And then we go, hey, where can we go to have, some drinks, some food?
Well, wait.
Kind of.
You got to back it up a little bit, Sammer. First, we arrived, Derek, and Sammer had, to my surprise, and I shouldn't be surprised at this point. He's my brother. I was shocked. He rented the entire Appleton airport. I mean, there was no one there.
I completely forgot about that.
It was just us.
But to be fair, I think he had to do that on his first entry to Appleton just so that he was allowed in. I think it was a requirement.
This is true.
I was considered exotic, and so it was kind of like bringing in a special parrot from another country. There's a lot of customs. There's a whole deal that goes on. So I was like,
a lot of red tape.
Let's just take the entire airport. And so we got there. They got to meet one of my employees at the airport too, new employee as well. Stank met him. Maybe may have been your father. I'm not sure.
He was amazing. Then we met the smartest Patriots fan I've met in my life. Was our driver, the shuttle.
Was our shuttle driver. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I completely forgot about the airport thing, dude. I completely forgot about that.
Right, just so we don't leave the airport too soon, the entire airport, using the phrase entire airport in Appleton, the entire airport is vaguely the size of my outdoor kitchen. It has 2 gates. And when you go from your airplane to wait for baggage, it's actually faster if you walk out the door and go get it your own damn self than to wait the little trolley to bring it over to the baggage conveyor belt.
So when we landed,
we got off the plane, and I'm used to like traditional airports, Derek, and I'm like, "Excuse me, miss, what number is our baggage claim?" I swear to God, bro, like everyone was so nice there for the day we got there. I was like, "Oh, you're so sweet." Listen,
she just laughed at us. You'll find it.
Literally laughed. She's like, "You'll be fine." I'm like,
okay.
She's also the same lady that had to get out and de-ice the wings as soon as we got off the plane, and she was filling it up with gas. It's weird. She had one. She did everything.
She was doing the whole thing. She was like, "Oh, you guys will find it. Yeah, you'll find it fine. Yeah." And she's still like sitting there latching that thing in there and doing.
All right, porn star Cleo's go.
So we go up to our hotel rooms, right? And these guys are like, "Let's just change, chill for a few minutes, then we'll meet downstairs and we'll go." We go to some weird joint. We get served, some weird food. Yeah, nothing special, nothing to talk about really. And so we then walked over next door, right? Stank sees this place, looks pretty damn cool, bunch of lights, Christmas lights. It's popping. We walk in there, and Stank, I'll kind of let you tell the next part of this story. And this is when we met the what I call the retired porn star. But Stank, I think you'll probably put this a little bit. How did that whole thing play out? Remember how it all played out when we first walked in there?
The second bar we went into one bar initially. It was kind of dead.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah. Okay. I missed that part. We had our waitress had a mustache, and so we just decided that we'd move on to greener pastures.
Oh, you're talking about she had a full goatee, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
She had a full goatee. She did.
She was nice.
She did.
She was very nice.
She did. She was very, very nice. Very nice. I can't remember the name. Oh, that was Cleo's that we ended up in, and for some reason, Sammer was taken by. I mean, he was taken by this beautiful. The only way I can describe her is that she looked like a retired Price is Right.
Yeah, but hold on. Before that happened, though, you guys were making fun of me.
We were.
You guys said I sprayed too much cologne.
Derek smelled Arabic cologne, and Derek, that's exactly what hooked this lady. I swear to God, we went outside. We're partaking in extracurricular activities, and this lady walks outside, and she's like, "Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that smell? Who smells like that?" And the three of us looked at her, I was like, "No, the fuck no." And she's like, she brought him in real close and was like,
She really did.
It's delicious. Oh, and then Stammer just looked at us like, fuck both of you for making fun of me.
Yeah. No. Remember what she said? She goes, when you guys walked in, I smelled you. She said, I knew. And she said, I looked over and I knew it was you. I could smell you. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a good thing. And you guys are making fun of me saying I put on too much cologne. One spray. That's all it took. It's like that Sex Panther shit from
just like that.
It really is.
Anchorman.
Yeah, Anchorman. Yeah,
Anchorman. Yeah, and then I just got to watch Sammer's game. It was incredible how it unfolded. Honestly, the way I could describe this lady is sophisticated. Probably divorced 3-4 times. Has money.
Minimum.
Definitely a cougar. Has lots of properties. And Sammer just abused her to the point where she want to take you home. Like immediately, it was weird to see the role reversals. She was typically dominating men, and for you to go in and dominate her, she was taken back by it. She couldn't get enough of your smell.
2-3 minutes into the conversation, she was telling us all about her sexual activities and her sexual prowess even. And she was trying to convince us that she was not a porn star. I go, I've seen you before. I know you're a porn star. I'm almost positive.
Confirm.
And then she tells us
retired porn star.
She tells us that no, she's a talent scout. And I go, okay, so you're definitely a porn star. Like, what are you talking about here? Like, what else does that even mean? And then she told us. So then we go back into the bar, and she's telling us all these crazy stories.
Playboy Mansion stories.
Yeah, she once dated Ron Harper.
Hey,
she knew Scottie Pippen.
Who amongst us haven't?
Hey, Syl is putting bombs on you, Sammer, in the chat. Syl's destroying you. She said that lady had a deviated septum.
Hey, she smelled. Hey, no. Hey, the three of you smelled me. You guys smelled me.
Listen,
Latte, you commented on how beautiful I smelled the entire weekend.
I want some.
Sammer smells fantastic. If I could get a hold of that cologne, I would have some in my own home.
Oh, that's done.
I'm not allowed to order it. I don't think. I think I'm.
No, it's a one-off.
You're a bit off on the complexion scale. If I were to, yeah.
No.
That's the story of my life, brother.
It would definitely add melanin to him as soon as.
You saw what happened later that weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It comes with a tan. This cologne comes with a tan. Just an FYI.
We're going to get there, Derek. Derek is a fucking legend. Listen, let's get past the porn shit. Let's fast forward to Friday.
Jonas said, "Do I have a photo of her?" I'm pretty sure. As you guys are talking, I'm pretty sure I got some footage of her.
Dude, it was wild. We go back into the bar. She introduces us to her niece, who's like best friends with the guy whose last name is Spalding, and his dad knew everybody.
Everyone
From the coaching staff during the Vince Lombardi years. He's got photos of his dad hanging out with all these players and coaches, and he's in the old stadium like when it was originally put together. Dude, it's crazy. And then her niece is some like vagina surgery nurse, and she's telling us about how she fixes vaginas.
This is brand new again.
Yeah, this is the whole conversation the entire time.
We're not making this up, guys. We're not making this up.
This is real.
No.
This is so real, dude. No, and everyone was so insanely nice. Go ahead, Latte. Sorry.
No. We know we can be vulgar and we can just be off the walls and off the rails and stuff. But this. Listen, it's a gift. It's a curse. It just comes to us. Okay, we met a vagina surgeon. Like I don't know.
This is
that's the bar. Look at all the Christmas. Oh, it's freaking.
The girls wearing the Bucs hat.
No, she's not in this picture, unfortunately.
She's not in that picture, but that's the bar. And Derek knows about Cleo's. Cleo's is a badass, famous bar.
Legendary spot, yeah.
Let's fast forward to Friday, though. That's what I'm interested in because Derek texted us the next day, and he's like, hey, I land at 12. What's up? Let's go meet somewhere. So we met at this badass burger joint, and we spent 8 hours there and had the best burgers on earth. We spend 8 hours. We learned about geography in Nicaragua. It was just amazing. Mm-hmm. All of it.
We sure did.
Stanker's daughter called. Beautiful moment. Don't you know? We found out she got accepted into Auburn, I think it was. And then he bought shots for the bar, and it cost like $15. It was insane.
Oh, wait. Yeah. You skipped the whole thing before Derek even showed up. Sorry, Derek.
This is fine.
So Saturday morning, we got to go find this box that I shipped of all the swag we're giving away to everybody, right? Nobody's in here yet. So we get down the hotel room, our hotel lobby, we find the box. But we got to put them all in these bags. We don't know how to use.
Hey, I used my UPS muscle too. The guy was like, no box was delivered. I said, the fuck it was. I called UPS real quick, jumped on my fucking login because I'm a clerk. I was like, this person signed for it at this time and it was delivered this day. Where the fuck is my box? And then all of a sudden, 30 seconds later, here's the box.
And so then we had a massive problem though, Derek. We're three dudes. We don't know how to use that tissue that goes in the top of gift bags.
No clue.
Right? No idea how it works. We were kind of arguing amongst ourselves.
Fold it, see that origami.
Yeah. But when you arrived, did it not look beautiful when you grabbed it?
Listen, it was fantastic. The bags were fantastic. The swag was fantastic. I couldn't shut up about it for a while. Sammer probably got annoyed how often I talked about it. It was really, really cool. A nice touch.
No, here's the thing. Sammer loves compliments. And
yeah, I loved it. But here's the thing. We didn't do it.
He designed the stuff and we bought the stuff.
This is us trying to do it.
So you had someone else step in and do it?
So here's the deal.
I guess.
So we learned
recruited
on this weekend,
these ladies.
We learned on this weekend, we learned that Sammer is like the ultimate alpha. He just literally walked out of that little conference room and just walked into a random office in the hotel and was like, "You are a woman. I need your help. Come here." That was it. Hey, we don't know how to do this tissue shit. Can you help us? And he hired 2 Wisconsin very nice ladies to help us.
No, we brought. She works at the hotel or some part of the hotel. We're like, hey, I need a feminine touch. She comes in. I go, you know how to do this whole tissue deal? She goes, yeah. And then another lady who she works with passes by. I go, hey, you come here. I need you to help as well. We gave them all these weird Italian nicknames. No idea why we did that. We'll get to that, Stink. And then, so at the end of it, Derek, we had this conveyor belt system going on where we had 3 women. We didn't know their names, and they're doing the tissue deal for us on all these bags, making them look magnificent. I'm sorry I don't remember your names, ladies, but thank you so much. That was amazing. We basically hired them. We found free laborers in the hotel lobby. It was amazing.
That's how nice these people are. It worked out great. The bags looked fantastic. I should have known it wasn't you guys that put them together because they did look very, very nice. But it's amazing that your alphaness was able to redirect Appletonians or whatever they're called, Appletons, whatever.
Listen, I'm basically like Tom Brady in terms of leadership skills. You know that, Derek. You've seen it on display. I mean, I was just recruiting free agents as we were walking through this hotel. That's really how it played out. But fast forward, now it's time to meet up with you. We're going to have lunch. And we didn't know that once we met up with you, we were going to fall into a time warp of what would eventually become the longest Friday of our entire lives. I don't think I've ever been.
That's the bar.
Yeah,
that's the bar. Where's our showed up? Bales? Where's Bales at? Bailey!
With some really tall old white dude with you, right? We didn't even know who this man was. Yep. Show up, go to this place to have these burgers. Go ahead, old school.
It's the home burger bar. Go ahead, Poppy.
No, I was just say, by the way, the really tall old white guy that we had no idea who was, we call Coach now. Very lovingly, very awesome guy.
Amazing.
He single-handedly fixed the Bucs play action pass. We got it to Baker. He fixed it. That's why we're having success. He fixed it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, fun fact, he texted me during the game and said, he's doing it right. He's doing it right. So that's my buddy Chris, who's a former high school coach, really smart guy, knows a lot about football. We had a great time. That's a home burger bar. I am a fan. Chris and I travel a fair amount. And so Chris is a guy that always wants to do something new. Every turn, never go to the same place twice. And so he experiences a bunch of interesting shit. I like to find some place that's cool and then build relationships to that place under the either false pretense or real pretense that I'm going to be back there. So we made friends with Bailey, the bartender, who was absolutely spectacular.
Awesome.
Smoking hot.
Awesome.
And
the hottest person in Appleton as of that day, by the way. We all voted on that. We all agreed, right?
By like 17 points. It wasn't.
We gave her the award, actually. We gave her the award.
And she's in the shitty butts. We'll get to that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So what we realized really quickly is everything in Appleton is incredibly cheap. It's like from 1952. Yeah. And in fact, every time I paid a bar tab, whether it was home burger bar or at the bar where we had our events and stuff, I had to double check with the server. Like Lexi, the server at the VIP event, right? When I cashed out that night, which we'll talk about later, my bill, now I was paying for me. Now you guys got the first couple of rounds or first 3 rounds, which was great, right? But we were there for a long time, and I wasn't exactly not drinking. And I was also buying drinks for other people. $33.58.
You're full of shit. There's no way.
I bought the entire bar shots. It was $45.
I go, Lexi, this can't possibly be right. Please, I don't want you to get in trouble. She goes, no, that's right. You're good, hon. I'm like, okay, sure. But it was amazing. But yeah, so home burger bar, great burgers, all of the normal stuff you'd expect. The cheese curds. They had truffle fries for reasons I don't quite understand. But they were delicious. But it did. It turned into 8 hours of drinking and shit talking and taking over the bar. Did Papa Keith come in that night or did he come in the next day?
That was the next day. But
okay.
A bunch of our travelers eventually, we were there for so long. It was around dinner time when all these other people started showing up. And then they found us in this bar. So I think it was Kathy and her husband and Lisa and I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. So all those people kind of found us in there. And then there's that moment where Bailey told us to keep it down because there's families that were apparently in there, and we were being a bit
that's
loud.
That's because we were talking about dirty assholes.
Yeah,
as loud as possible. Yeah, as loud as possible.
Can you elaborate on that, Sammer? The dirty asshole and why Bailey's into that?
Eventually, the bidet conversation came up because naturally, when I travel with people ask why I don't use the bathroom. I explain to them I have to have my home base and I have to have a bidet, and I do my best to always recruit and turn one person that I go anywhere with into a bidet user, a bidet believer, right? A bidet lever. Anyway, so that came up, and Stank goes, I will never use a bidet. And Bailey, bartender, were hanging out. Of course, we had to include her. Stank basically was happy to tell us that. I'm not sure why Stank is gone and why he's just showing us footage of a toilet here.
That's your drawing. That's your drawing.
Talking about
we'll get to that part.
It's the picture of the toilet.
No. So Stank goes, I don't use bidet and I never will. And I asked him if he likes to walk around with shit in his ass. And then he, of course, turns to Bailey and asks her. And that's where my mind was kind of blown because she was so hot. And she basically says, yeah, I would rather walk around with a shitty ass. And it's pretty gross.
No, once she told me that she owned a Jeep, I knew that she didn't wash her ass. And so we were immediately friends.
Is that a universal Jeep thing?
It is, bro. If you're a Jeeper, you're not afraid to get dirty. You're not afraid to walk around with a little swamp ass or go wash your ass in the ocean.
Sammer, I got to mention the thing because he just commented on the chat here. Anthony as well, our security.
Big Ant.
He was out pickle shots with us. Anthony's the shit, man. It was awesome.
Dill pickle vodka. Thank you, Anthony. Awesome. That was the highlight.
Saturday. We saw him Friday night. We didn't see him during that bar time because we took him there the next day. But that's also was that the first night we discovered what the pickle juice vodka was that the first
that was
night?
The first pickle juice vodka was the first night. No, we drank it on the second night too. I think we drank it every night.
You did.
I did. Fuck yeah.
I did not because pickle juice vodka sounds disgusting.
Yeah, no, Derek, listen, I will let you guys know, just forewarn you, don't put pickles on anything that's going to touch Derek's food. No burgers, don't put, he will slap the shit out of you.
Fuck a pickle.
No pickles. No fucking pickles.
Nope. No. So then, after we finally decided it was time to leave this amazing bar, which, by the way, they had, like Stank showed you guys, they have a dry erase board in the bathroove. So naturally, Stank runs back when he goes to his bath. He runs back to Sammer. They have a dry erase board in the bathroom.
Just like
you gotta draw something. You gotta draw something for him, Dad.
Sammer, I don't know if you guys know that Sammer is a world-renowned artist. Like, it can actually draw. Not like some AI shit. So he went in there and just surprised us. And Latte, maybe you should share the video of this creation because I know you have it on your phone. I tried to zoom into it earlier. One of the most beautiful pieces of art I've ever seen.
Bailey told us that she was a big fan of Jurassic Park and Jeeps, and we can't see anything.
Yeah, you're right.
There it is. So right. I drew a dinosaur. I drew a lovely dinosaur depiction of what is a rarely discussed dinosaur, by the way, the Coxsaurus. It's an alpha. It's also a male-only species, so they died out pretty quickly. They could not reproduce for obvious reasons.
Look at that.
But yeah.
Oh, he's drooling. Okay, interesting.
So somehow it got around to the bar, and all these random strangers started walking into the bathroom to look at the drawing of the dinosaur, as they thought that's what they anticipated they would be seeing. And Bailey, our bartender, went into the men's bathroom and checked it out, and it was awesome. And that was.
I think the weird part was that she got the tattoo of it. That was a little bit over the edge.
She did.
Seeing it was fine, but getting inked that fast.
Massive fan. Shocking. Listen, Derek, you see a fine work of art like that, what are you going to do, right? She saw that. She said, I want that on my body right now.
Hey, oddly enough, Sammer, Cali Bucks has that same tattoo right above his ass.
Does. Cali Bucks does.
He does.
And Scotty J says, who was the DD?
We walked everywhere. Appleton's only 300 yards long. Like the entire city is just a little bit larger than 3 football fields, and you can cover the whole place.
Yeah, the hotel is actually used for the church activities, for electing the mayor. Like, literally everything happens in this hotel that we're at. It even has Starbucks.
Up until 3 years ago, though, you couldn't dance. There was a movie made about it. You may have seen.
Oh, that was Appleton.
That was Appleton.
Holy shit!
I made that up.
We finally decided to leave this.
By the way, it was cool. We did stay at the team hotel, guys. Some of our guests stayed back that weren't part of the tour, and they got to welcome the team in. That was really fucking cool. And then we got to get to Lombardi's now. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say. So the weirdest thing about this day, and I remember I looked at Derek a lot throughout Friday, and we would check our phones or our watches, and I'd be like, "Dude, it's getting late, man," and it looked like it was midnight outside, and it was like 2 o'clock. It made no fucking sense. We were there for like 8 hours. It was 2 o'clock. It made no sense. And so Derek's response is like, "All right, let's just get more drinks." He didn't care that it was not moving. He just said, "Oh, that's more time to drink." Awesome.
Unpredictable.
It made no sense.
It's totally fine. Plus, the drinks were like negative 30 cents a piece. So it was
you had to drink 4 of them to owe them any money. It made no sense.
It was a strange vortex of finance and time.
Oh, dude. So then it ends up being kind of dinner time at some point. So we decided to go down back to our hotel, which inside of the hotel on the far end of it was the famous Lombardi Steakhouse. So we're like, all right, we're going to go rub elbows with some higher ups. And this is where Anthony and I believe Zach was there. Or B-Shuck definitely was there.
B-Shuck was there. Zach was not.
Zach was not, yeah, because Zach doesn't know how to fly.
Zach missed everything.
This is also Sammer and Old School, where I'm even embarrassed to say, but where not only does Stank order the wrong piece of meat with a fillet, what man orders a fillet? He ordered it well done. What the fuck?
I didn't order it well done. I didn't order it well done. I ordered it medium. I don't know what you're talking about.
I should slap you for medium. What are you doing?
Medium's fine. And you know what? I didn't want a bone-in ribeye. I wanted a 9-ounce fillet because I got about 7 different appetizers.
You're a bitch.
And I'm the only one who ate all my own meat. So
I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's accurate.
That's not accurate at all.
Judges.
Yeah, that's
Old School ate the ribeye.
I'm willing to bet Derek.
If you want to, how we feeling check? That's Derek just owning the streets, the mean streets of Appleton, right there.
I was just pissed we didn't have time to go to that bar too, right? Because despite only being 300 yards long, there were 40 different bars in that 300 yards. And as I found out from my investigative journalism later, apparently the liquor is cheap because the liquor lobby is so strong there. They push the taxes way, way down. So all of the liquor is really low on the tax end. Now, whether they're trying to keep their populace drunk or not, I can't say. All I know is we did not get in the work we needed to in all of those bars.
Damn it.
So we have
to. We got to go back.
Time vortex, dude. But the funniest thing to me is when we finally get into Vince Lombardi's, we sit down, we're seated, and the guy that we eventually started just calling Coach, I don't even actually know his real name. But yeah. Oh, Chris. Okay, Coach is better. We sit down. The waiter comes over. His job, or the host, his job is like to go over the specials and the wine deals and the whole thing. And for the first time in my entire life, this somebody actually listens to all that and orders wine for the entire table, which blew my fucking mind. None of us are drinking that except maybe Coach and Derek, right? That was a whole thing.
Good wine.
Oh, okay. You had some wine. And B-Shuck's to my right. Stank is very upset that they have this giant flask. I don't know what the fuck those things are called. Look like a big
decanter.
They made
the canter, yeah.
They made me drink wine, guys. They made me drink wine.
Whoa. Hey, you forgot that the fucking head chef came out to our table and he's from fucking Tampa. What?
He's from Tampa.
What?
Yeah. He was.
And I think he came out initially. I think he came out initially just to make sure that we didn't cause a stir because we were clearly in the wrong building, given the rest of the room. Right? If you read the room, you're like, God damn it. And he came out, but then all of a sudden he's from Tampa, and then we couldn't get rid of him. The guy was awesome. Like he came out and talked to us all night. How long was that dinner? It was another time vortex, Sammer. We were there for like 6 days.
Dude, it was unreal. I was like, how long do we have? Dude, it felt like it was midnight. Seriously, it was like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. to where, and you're just like, okay, well, I guess we're going out after this then.
It gets dark at 3 p.m. there.
I'll be real. I'll be honest. Like, you've heard the stories of the legendary Old School Derek in New Orleans doing fucking karaoke and all kinds of crazy shit, and the nights just never end, right?
Never end.
And I looked over at Derek and I was like, man, I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be the one. I really don't want to be the one. And Derek out of nowhere was like, well, boys, this steak kind of filled me up. I think I'm gonna call it a night. And I was like, dear God, Jesus.
He damn near broke out into a cheer. You could tell he was afraid of being the guy to say that. But that 400-ounce steak or whatever the hell we had was ridiculous. And after 8 hours of drinking the crazy doubles down with Bailey, that night needed to end because we had to get up early and have breakfast the next day, obviously.
course.
It was only like 9 p.m. You know that when you guys tapped out.
Whatever.
Hey,
It felt like fucking midnight.
I had to be up at 5 o'clock to get to fucking Sarasota to take the flight you told me to take.
Hey, you asked. All right.
And then you didn't take. Then you didn't
ever
take.
problem.
airplane or airport advice from Samurai Lee.
Not my problem.
Sam's
Not my problem.
never allowed to book our flights ever again, okay?
Ever.
I heard you guys had great seats in the middle and flew through.
Oh,
Cleveland
yeah.
or something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
yeah.
betcha.
Oh, you betcha.
Oh, dude, the best part is when you sent that text message response to us, or that tweet where you said, "Hey, just in time for the next leg of the journey." And Latte didn't. He's like, "What is he talking about?" I was like, "He's insinuating that we still have quite a ways to go before we get home." That shit was fucking hilarious, dude, on the way home. No, anyway, dude, that Friday was awesome. And then, do you remember the whole dessert scenario that all played out where nobody wanted dessert, but we all did want dessert? And then the rest of that group found us, right? And then Stank and I laid eyes upon the most amazing old lady that we have ever seen in our entire lives.
No, all right, so we actually got trouble for that. I don't know if we want to cover that on this show.
Cover it. You have to.
Hey, all I'm going to say, Derek, is Pennywise. That's it.
Oh my god! No, Stank, you got to tell this story.
For those who follow us, those who follow us on Twitter, they know Sammer has kind of an obsession. Two of them actually. One, he can't stop drawing cocks. The other is he can't stop photoshopping or photo apping my face onto everything. So it's gotten to the point now that sometimes I see myself like in pictures and like, is that a photo swap of me? It's weird. He's fucking with my head. It's fucked up. I'm not even kidding you. I'm getting a little concerned. So we're just sitting there. You know, you guys are force feeding me wine, and we're talking, and all of a sudden I look over, and the only way I can describe it is like, you know how Eddie Murphy, you know, dresses up in different characters in all his movies, like he's every character. Well, there was this old lady.
Man.
There was this old lady at the table behind us. She had to be in like her 80s. You know, she probably didn't have too much longer to live.
She was balding, clearly
balding. Had a fro, and you could see her bald head, and it looked like she had a fat suit on. And she glanced over, and I saw my face in her face, and I nudged Sammer, not even with a word. We weren't talking about anything. Like, I didn't say a fucking word to him, and all he does is peek over his shoulder, and next thing you know, it's like I saw exactly. He knew exactly
what Stank saw. We basically saw a real life Stank face swap on an old lady, and we couldn't contain ourselves. We became children in church, laughing our asses off at something stupid, and we couldn't stop. We were sweating. We were crying tears of joy, and then Kathy and her husband were right over our shoulder. And they're really good people, and we're laughing, and she thinks we're laughing at this old lady because she's really old and bald.
Hey, Derek's
not the case.
He's not even participating. Let's move.
Dude, it was.
I wasn't there. I didn't see this happen.
He didn't see it go down.
You saw. I have seen the face swaps. Though I've seen the face swaps. I just didn't know this whole.
Sammer, you got to show the face swap now. You got to show the face swap, bro. Or Stank, show the face swap.
People got to see. Well,
I'll send you the picture. I'll send you the picture of the lady. All right.
I couldn't bring it to I couldn't bring myself to take a picture of her. But anyways.
No, yeah, but you said, here, I'm gonna act like you're taking a photo of me, and then just take a photo of her, please. And I got you both in the photo.
Well, where is it?
It's on my phone. To pull it out. It's on my phone. So anyway, that day had finally ended. 45 hours later, Friday is officially over.
Literally.
Right. Saturday morning, we wake up, we go back to that place so we can have the breakfast burgers.
No. Shut your fucking dirty mouth. We took a walk first to Walgreens with old man B-Shuck because he needed some pain pills.
That's you. That wasn't us.
You were with us, idiot.
We were with us.
We had the stuffed chicken wings.
Chicken wings, dummy.
Oh, that was the more. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
You mean that morning?
That morning. Yeah, Saturday morning, we wake up.
Blending for Sammer here, bro.
Yeah. Stank disappears. He goes into some weird shop with shamans and Buddha statues. And so we finally get him out of there. He smells like fucking patchouli or whatever. We start walking down the fucking street with B-Shuck and Zach.
The mural of the cattle mutilation going on over there.
And so look, Stank is barefoot the entire time, folks, at this point. Yeah. barefoot throughout Appleton. It's cold. It's not like overly cold, but it's cold.
Then we found dirty snow on the ground that I tasted. Didn't taste too good.
Dirty snow.
He tasted the snow, Derek.
Yeah, but then we get to that mural shot.
On the snow, dude. I'm like, that is a pile of shoveled up snow that's been sitting there for days, bro. What the
And
fuck?
then later in the weekend, we saw what the sidewalks looked like after a night out in Appleton.
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit was all in that snow.
And he tasted
Just so you know.
He tasted it. And he
This is
licked
why
the snow.
Multiple different colors of vomit.
So we end up going to Walgreens. We get some, whatever, I don't know, what Stank needed tampons, and B-Shuck needed something for his back, right? Was that what was happening?
Yeah, pretty much. And then we start walking back, and Stank's like, let's walk on the other side of the street. So, you know, we're on vacation. Let's see what we find, right? And also we see a sign. We see a sign.
No, Stank, hide it. We got to say that one.
We see a sign, Derek, that says, world's greatest stuffed chicken wings. Now, you know, we're chicken wing experts on this podcast.
You are.
Like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. World famous or world's greatest? We have to check this. So Sammer walks in.
That's not even the part that's the shocking part. I have had my fair share of chicken wings, as you can tell. What the hell is a stuffed chicken wing? I have stuffed a turkey with a duck with a chicken, but I've never stuffed a chicken wing.
He's done the turducken. So
carry on.
We walk in. It's an Asian spot, and Sammer, being Sammer style, you know, he never breaks character because then it isn't a character. This is Sammer. Walks in and says, I want to talk to the owner. Bring the owner out here.
He did.
It's the owner. And it's a little girl behind the counter. It's her father's the owner. She's like, what, is there a problem?
She's terrified. Yeah, I'm talking to her like I'm about to take them back home.
There's no problem. I want to speak to the owner. And the owner comes out like, sir, can I help you? Like, you said you have the greatest stuffed chicken wings. Where are these chicken wings? Then we tried this chicken wings. So basically, Derek, they hand do all of these wings. They're all flats. They
debone them. They
debone them
all
by
of them.
hand individually and then stuff them like with egg roll stuff. Pretty intense.
There's a lot more of that video we'll post later.
Really good stuff.
Filled with cabbage, with noodles, you know, all the
rice
stuff that you get. Yeah.
Rice noodles.
Everything you get in egg roll. And dude, these things they keep the tip on them. They're perfectly grilled. You hold them by the tip. You eat them. Oh my god, they were so damn good.
Yeah, and the owner thought we were like fucking Vice or something. He was like, "You have them for free," and I'm like, "No, bro, we're not eating your food for free. What the fuck are you talking about?"
He was making, and I looked at his daughter. I said, or whoever that was, his grandchild, whoever that 13-year-old working behind the counter was. I said, "You're taking my card right now. I'm not getting these. I'm not getting these wings for free." Okay, she finally swiped it. He's like trying not to let it happen, and we're trying to like guard him. You know, she's pulling off a really good Dennis Rodman box out, swiping our cards. We can take care of it. Anyway, that was awesome. That's before we even met up with you to go to the burger joint, because Latte had promised me that we were going to have breakfast burgers the next day, and I was holding to that. And
well, we had an entire plan to have breakfast burgers, right? The whole group was, and you guys went and fucked it up by having, you know, stuffed wings. And then
Chris still had breakfast burgers.
Well, you still had breakfast burgers, right? Chris and I go, and we were going to have just a light breakfast at a local diner because we wanted to try to see. So we get to this local diner, all the eclectic shit you'd think, all of the puns on names of stores, and we find this spot. There's like 6 dudes sitting in the middle of the diner having what looked to be a weekly meeting, talking about random bullshit, going and serving themselves Modelo's from the cooler at breakfast. Kudos to you, right? So I'm like, okay, well, fine, we're here. We'll order something. I'll just get like some biscuits and gravy, like a couple biscuits with some gravy, and then because we're gonna go back and do the thing. They bring me a goddamn turkey platter with 1,000 biscuits and most of the gravy in Wisconsin poured over it. Right?
Damn.
Yeah.
It was insane. And the bacon, by the way, was fantastic that Chris ordered. So I ate some of that too. But the plan was to go have a damn breakfast burger. And here we are engulfing the better part of Wisconsin at this spot. So both of us went off and ate. And then we convened. I walked into the home burger bar, and I think we opened the joint at that point, and there was no Bailey to be found.
No, she was in the kitchen.
No.
She was back in the kitchen.
She was replaced by my main squeeze.
Oh, yes, she was. Who walked by me as I was sitting at the corner of the bar, and I had my Bucs Super Bowl shirt on. She goes, cute, rub it in with the Super Bowl. I go, you remember what those are like, don't you?
Nice.
And so we knew that we were kindred spirits. And then the insanity ensued. The boys showed up, and more burgers were tasted. And I'll let Sammer take over the narrative from here, because it was another good morning.
and more shots were poured, and more beers were poured, and more drinks were going.
Yeah, we
more
had
pickle juice vodka like before 10 a.m. or 11 a.m.
Yeah, you're the one who bought them for all of us. I didn't partake. I asked her to swap mine out for something normal. Yeah, right. And then, so we're giving Bailey, the bartender from the day before, a bunch of shit because she's hiding out in the kitchen. She wants nothing to do with us again the second time, right?
Clearly.
The new girl, can't remember her name. She was fucking awesome. She was killing us. Like anything we were fucking burning her with. Too. Yeah, she was giving it to us. It was awesome. They're so nice, but they also know how to talk shit at the same time. But they also talk shit in such a way that it's like, they're so nice about it too. Like they don't want to rub in that they just fucking roasted your ass. It was awesome. The burgers are. Hey, listen, that breakfast burger. I posted a photo of it. Unreal.
So good. And that's when Papa Keith walked in. He was like, "What's up, fuckers?" It was awesome.
Yeah, he was awesome. Papa Keith was awesome. One other burger I want to highlight at Home Burger Bar. If you happen to be in Appleton, and I'm sure your viewers across the world, when they stumble into Appleton, go to Home Burger Bar. There's only one of them. You won't have trouble finding it. There was a burger called the Luther, which was a cheeseburger, a bacon cheeseburger on a glazed donut. Not earth-shattering. We've all seen that. Except, as I used to say as a child, they take the glazed donut, cut it in half, and flip them janks over so the glaze is on the inside and they toast the outside. Now, that should seem obvious to anyone who makes a lot of really cool food, but as fat as I am and as creative as I like to think I am cooking, I never thought to do that, and it made all the difference in the world. That Luther was one of the best burgers I've ever eaten. It was fantastic.
I remember when she put it down, you were like, this is
mind blown.
This is 4D chest right here.
He saw the fucking the nice toast on the. He was like, wait, what the? Where's the glaze is on the.
And I remembered how nasty your hands get eating those things because they taste delicious and gluttonous and everything you want out of a damn cheeseburger made with a fucking glazed donut, right? But then afterwards you're like, God, I'm so gross. Like you're disgusted with yourself in a million different dimensions. This took one of the dimensions right off the table. Your fingers weren't gross.
It's the post.
Yeah, I had the peanut butter and jelly burger.
It is. You did have the peanut butter and jelly burger, didn't you?
Peanut butter and jelly with bacon and jalapenos. It was
solid.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get the jalapenos on the way back. This motherfucker got jalapeno salsa, fucking cream cheese on a goddamn bagel before he gets on a plane, and then goes barefoot, and then goes barefoot. This guy's fucking insane, Derek.
We completely forgot about the fact that he ordered Carrabba's frozen pizza at the airport before he got on the next flight.
It was a handmade pizza, but it wasn't good.
Okay, so then we left the bar.
Disgusting.
We left the burger bar for the second time. Walked over, because it's only 300 yards, like Derek said. Walked back over to the hotel, ordered Ubers, and then Stank and Sammer proceeded to fight like children, and we almost got kicked out of our Uber. And everyone,
because he wouldn't sit in. He wouldn't just sit in the middle and shut his fucking mouth.
And this guy was like, "I'm not fucking taking you guys if you're gonna keep doing this." He didn't even curse. He said, "I'm not taking you guys."
I totally forgot about this entire scene.
Yeah, when we're going, we get an Uber. We're sharing it with Derek. We're going to the Lambeau tour. Everyone's waiting there, going to meet us all up there. Stank won't sit in the middle. He won't take the hump seat. I don't know. He's being a little baby about it.
Right? I'm older than you. Why do I gotta sit ho?
Because
that's not cool.
Sorry, I'm not. I'm never sitting ho.
Where did you end up sitting?
Where'd you end up sitting, Stank?
Yeah. Only because
where
you
did
were
you
there,
sit,
okay?
sir?
I felt embarrassed for you.
Where did you sit?
That's why.
Where did you sit? That's the question. Where did you sit?
Where'd you sit, man?
Sat ho. Where'd you sit?
I don't know. Somewhere in the back.
You sat ho.
If you would have sat any more ho, you would have had a dick in your ass, dude. I'm telling you. All right.
He said, "Oh,
I was just
the
trying
only thing missing from that drive was Coach."
I'm in trouble with the Uber driver. I'm the only one. He hated me.
He hated
right?
Guts, bro.
He really fucking hated me,
bro. Hey, the guy was so
you
pissed.
You were barefoot.
The guy was so pissed at Stank, guys. And Derek can attest to this. I was like, "Sir, do you happen to have a charger?" No. Oh, he's nice in Wisconsin, man.
You know what? We eventually broke it.
I'm going to the tour. I only got 13% battery, and then eventually, because everyone is so nice in Wisconsin,
we broke him.
Told us that he's like, he just kind of reached over, like you reach over to your wife after you argue, like, "Here, I still love you." Like you just reached over, handed me the cord. Here you go. The cord.
Oh man. Oh yeah. For those of you who have commented,
we got a super chat. Hold on, super chat from Sil.
When are we going to acknowledge how hot Ish looks tonight? Oh,
yeah. Ish is okay. First of all, Derek, you're probably not watching the broadcast, but you have a little buddy on your shoulder. It's Ish, the elf on the shelf, that Sammer spent quality time on today. Mm-hmm. He got a Mike Evans jersey on and an eye patch. Incredible work. unbelievable. Yeah, look, Derek.
This is like Inception right here. This is
I love it.
The show in the show.
I love it.
The show within the show, yeah.
Up on the shelf, he's got a Mike Evans jersey on. He's got a little pirate patch. Sammer Snow.
Great work, Sammer. We need to put those into production somehow.
In a production,
So,
I'll get with Jason.
So anyways, hey, we arrive, and now we have the entire group, right? I think one of the coolest things, and I forgot to mention this at the beginning. Sammer and I and Stank and Derek reflected. It was really cool. This is the third season we've been doing this, guys. It's grown every year, and this year was really unique, right? Like Sammer is recognized around the world, everywhere he goes.
Worldwide.
And true. It was really cool, the beanie idea that Derek loved, everybody loved, because we can identify who was part of our group. But it was crazy because I'd see some of the beanie, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's go! And they're like, the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
It's like, this is great. And then we saw them on Saturday, like, we had no idea you guys were putting this together. It was like, no, that's great. That's what we want. We want this shit to grow, and it's not about us. It's about everyone coming together and fucking invading in the crew, and let's fucking go to Kansas City next year. So that was really cool. But go ahead, Sammer.
No, it's the same. So we get to Lambeau, and my job is to go find these people, and we're, so I'm thinking I'm going to meet a bunch of people. They're going to be, oh, hey, we're over here. Yeah, no one recognizes us like you're talking about. 75% of the people had no idea we had a podcast, didn't know who we were, didn't know that we were the ones who organized this whole deal. They're just kind of standing around. So I got to go get these tickets, hand everybody their bands for the day to get us through this tour, and hand them all out. And everyone, I'm just like, here you go, here you go. And they're looking at me like I'm a complete stranger. And I remember I told you guys, I was like, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. But anyways, we're like 37 people deep for the 3-night package. So all those people were there for the free Lambeau tour that we took everybody on. Private tour, entire group, just us. No invasion of other fan bases or anything like that. It was just a big old group of Bucs fans. And we went through probably the coolest stadium tour that we've done to date. Right, guys?
Yeah. 1,000% agree. I remember Derek telling me at the burger bar as we, consumed many beverages that Lambeau is like church, right? And he talked about getting to see Lombardi's desk, and I have the picture there. I'm sure Stank has as well. I got to sit at Lombardi's desk.
I didn't get to see it. I went to the bar.
I got to sit at Lombardi's desk. I got to hold his phone. Like, Derek and I looked at a scouting report that the man wrote.
God, the scouting report was the coolest thing ever, and I can never remember who the hell was for.
I can't remember.
Famous OG Packer from Notre Dame. And the handwritten report, will not go to Canada. Weakness, loves women, right? I mean, the shit that they were putting in these scouting reports. And I had talked to these guys about going to Lambeau before. I've been fortunate enough to go to Canton multiple times because of the Hall of Fame stuff that I was involved with. Canton's great. They've done a great job of making it far better than it was. Lambeau is 10x better, in my opinion, than going to Canton for a football purist, right? And I don't give a single fuck about the Packers. But just to be there on that hallowed ground and to know what went on. And those fans, listen, I don't know about your experience where you were, because we weren't sitting right next to each other because there's so many of us. We were kind of sprinkled around that end of the stadium. I had a great time. The fans, a little bit of shit talk, but it was all fun. Got a bunch of fist bumps on the way out, right? It really is. If you haven't been to Lambeau, and it's great that the people in the chat room that went on this trip got to experience it, I will not miss a game in Lambeau. I just won't. Well,
I won't either.
So my wife's birthday or Christmas, I can't travel. Those are no flies. But other than that, I'll be in that fucking stadium.
Bro,
she's got more than one birthday.
I made the most.
She's had a bunch of them, but I still have to be here, apparently. I think it's a law. She's Italian, dude. I'm not fucking with her.
We'll get to the game more and more in detail. But like Derek said, everybody was so fucking nice. I made, and they talked just enough shit just to rib you, but nothing. It's just awesome. The people are awesome there, man. But I made the catastrophic mistake, Derek. The guy in front of us was like, so you brought a little bit of heat wave, but it looks like you're cold there. You all right? I'm like, it's the wind's cutting through a little bit, but I'm good. I got my jacket. I got my thermos. I got my boots with the fur inside. And he said, whoa. He turned around real quick and goes, whoa. You got the apple bottom jeans too? I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, he got you.
I fucked up. He got me. He got me. I just.
Yeah, Appleton bottom jeans is what you should have told him you had.
They're much larger.
Yeah, much larger.
But a little bit thicker.
Seriously, though, just to see all the renovations they've done, for them to explain like how that team almost went bankrupt. And, a lot of the money comes from tourism, which is why they're so nice to everybody that comes in from out of town. It's just, it's 100,000 people, man. The stadium, it was really fucking cool. It was one of those moments. I posted a video on Twitter. You guys saw it. I felt like Rudy's father and Rudy. It was like, this is the most beautiful sight this eyes have ever seen. It was just insane.
It was.
Insane.
They've been able to do something that I don't think they were able to do in Chicago. And if you haven't been to Soldier Field, go there before all that shit breaks down, because it is absolutely a fantastic story of Soldier Field, and that's a great tour as well for you guys to do. But when they did the renovations at Soldier Field, they really made it look like a fucking UFO, and they took away a lot of the charm from inside the stadium. Outside the stadium, you still have the columns and all of the great architecture, but inside they took away something. Somehow in Lambeau, what they've done is they've continued to add the things they needed for financial reasons, like the suites and the luxury boxes and all that shit. But like I told you guys, didn't it feel like you were just in a steroid version of a high school stadium? Like, it's bigger. It seats a lot of people. But when you're sitting in there, you're like, nah, it's just, I mean, in Texas, it's just a high school stadium.
Derek, I don't know if I shared this story with you, but I got to have a really unique perspective of Lambeau Field. Not only did I get to walk the whole thing barefoot, but during the entire third quarter of the game, I was in the bathroom, and they haven't upgraded those toilets since Vince Lombardi was in that stadium. The bathroom's completely untouched, absolutely original. Yeah, absolutely original. I was on there for at least 12 minutes or so, because I had a lot of burgers and a lot of cheese curds. And
yeah, dude, you vanished.
It just hit me when I was sitting in the stall.
You do this every trip.
How many other fans also were sitting from where I sat? It's kind of fucking cool if you think about it.
How many asses got on that toilet?
How many asses?
What Sam was
exactly where I did.
What Sam was gonna say, guys, is legitimately, Derek. Like Stank will just get up at times, dude, at Ray J, at away games, and just start doing laps. It's like, where the fuck? Oh, I found this cool. It's just weird hippie shit, dude. Found this cool bathroom, bro.
What happens? He goes somewhere to do something, and then a butterfly flies by, and he just starts following it. And next thing you know, 4 quarters later, he's like, "Hey guys, I'm in the corner end zone over here. Where are you guys all at?"
There's a preoccupation with toilets that's a little bit unnerving. He was lamenting the size of the toilets at the hotel as well, which I didn't notice to be a problem. And I have a much larger ass than Stank.
Yeah. That was me too.
Yeah, they were tiny toilets, dude.
I didn't notice it being super tiny. But it's so during the game, we're talking about the fans there. There's a dude behind me, and you listen. I don't listen to other people. So, my team comes out, I'm standing up clapping, and I'm getting a little bit of shit. It's fine, no big deal. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I happen to be wearing a jersey, which I haven't worn in a number of years, but it needed to be warm, and those sons of bitches are warm. So I had my old school orange jersey on. So I forgot what happened. They scored first, right? So they go down and they score. And dude behind me, who was like a school teacher with his work wife, eating cheese curds behind me, leans over because there's no one sitting next to me. So he leans his whole torso next to me and starts clapping Sammer style. And so he stands back up, and I turn around, and now I'm as tall as he is, a row below him, right? And I go, okay, is it going to be like this all day? Because I just need to understand if you can go both ways with this, because I'm happy to engage, right? But it's not going to be one-sided. He goes, oh, no, we're good. So we go down there, and we score, and I turn around, and I just look at him, and I get right in his face. I start doing the Sammer clap. And it goes all day long. All day long. So I'm turning around. Oh, my God. It was so much. And Coach or Chris is next to me going, you're not going to do that again, are you? You're not going to do that again, are you? Because he's always afraid that I'm getting into a fight because apparently I'm a little assertive at times.
A little bit of instigator.
Listen, he was the classiest. He was the classiest person in our entire group. Whenever we were going bar to bar and doing all the things that we were doing, Coach was like
he classes the joint up.
He classes up, man.
Oldest human being I've ever met. And we told him that multiple times. But definitely the classiest.
Coach opened doors for us that otherwise wouldn't have opened. I'm just saying, bro. He classed us up.
Remember when he shows up to the burger bar the next day and he's got on the fucking presidential coat and he's got the scarf on.
And then you put your shades on him.
Yeah, the picture?
Put my shades on him and shit. He looks like he's running for president and shit. We called him presidential coach for the last few hours. I remember that. But so anyway, Saturday's pretty wild, right? We do our thing. We go back to the hotel, and then
that's fucking Coach.
We go through Lambeau. Yeah, that was all. I got to post that photo too. We go through the Lambeau tour. We get back to the hotel, and all right, so a little bit of downtime, and then we got to get ready for the VIP party, the first event for the actual entire group, where all 50 of us are going to be there. Had some special guests, the entire front office, Jason Light, Spytech, Greenberg, Jackie was there. It was a whole thing. So we get the second floor of this place. It's called the
bar.
Lamp.
The leg lamp room.
The Leg Lamp Lodge was the top floor. Old school wood furniture. Dude, it was freaking awesome. We had awesome bartender. We had the people there were awesome. And the event was fun as hell. The food was great. But some things happened that shocked me that I'm still trying to understand. Is that you look at Old School, right? The three of us, all you guys, you would never think that this man was going to turn this joint upside down.
He did.
Like, you didn't see this.
Thank
Did you,
God
Latte?
for Old School.
He did.
Yeah, so they had a DJ there. Not sure who the fuck he was.
Nope.
Not sure how he was a DJ because he just looked like somebody's dad. Just playing whatever he wanted to play. I made a couple suggestions. I don't think he knew what I was saying. And then Old School proceeded to then take over the entire joint. Old School, I'm going to let you tell kind of like how this all progressed.
Yeah, so the place was great, and Sammer's underselling it a little. The place was fantastic. The team that worked with Sammer and the guys were fantastic. The food, everything. But like a private event can be, because it was a big space, even with all of our people in there, it was Spartan, right? And people who knew each other were playing darts and random bullshit, but there was no feel, and the music was absolutely fucking terrible. And at first, it wasn't the DJ. So I go up to Lexi, the bartender. I'm like, Lexi, dear, tell me you have control of the music. She's like, I don't. And I'm like, Touch Tunes, Spotify, like, what can I do? She's like, I got nothing. Oh, shit. So I said, well, do the best you can. I don't want you to get in trouble. She goes, the DJ's going to be here in 10 minutes. So I went up and talked to the fellas, and then I talked to those guys. I said, do you mind if I talk to the DJ? No. So I go to the DJ. I get him to come over. He was hard of hearing, had a damn pocket protector on. And I gave him about 7 tracks. I was like, play these 7 tracks.
You did.
One after the next. And I went back over and I told Poppy, I said, Poppy, it's going to be fine. It's going to be just fine.
Just fine.
The first one was Laffy Taffy. And that's really all I needed to do. That's all I needed to do. I could have stopped right there. But when you had grills and a bunch of other stuff come in, all of a sudden, your crew, folks who I hadn't seen, like, they're all friendly. Like, everyone I met, and I still don't know many of them, right? But they were all friendly folks. All of a sudden, these personalities just started blossoming out. Dude and his wife were out there dancing like they were in high school. I don't know who they were, but everyone started going. And so me and Security Man were talking about how this was all working. And so I continued to feed music to the DJ. And the DJ's like, anything you want, man, just keep telling me. And
look there, bro. It was crazy.
It went nuts. And then at some point, and Sammer, I don't know whether you did this or whether it was just time, but the VIP part ended and they started letting the locals come in.
Yep.
That's when shit got real.
Yeah.
Right. When the locals showed up.
The power of social media, because we were downstairs, Stank and I, and the place next door was like, man, you need to come in here. Look, it's packed. That's not the spot. The leg room, that's for old people, bro. Like Derek flipped everything on its fucking ear, and then social media took over, and people were like, man, the party's over there. There's some motherfuckers from Tampa, and they took over the whole bar.
There was a rumor circulating, I don't know if it's true, that literally people had gotten up out of bed and gotten dressed to come to that event because they heard what had happened.
But so there was a guy in our group who Latte had introduced me to a little bit earlier during the party and said, hey, listen, we couldn't bring the vitamins that we needed to bring on this trip.
The plug.
But this guy, he's got us. So I don't know your name. I'm so sorry. You and your girlfriend or spouse, I don't know
Iowa.
what she was. Yeah, you guys are from Iowa. You guys awesome. She's beautiful, respectfully. You're cool as hell. Don't remember your names. I'm very, very sorry. I have an Excel document with all of your names in it. Don't know your faces to your names, though. I'm so sorry. I'm very bad at this. But we call you the plug now, bro. You are plugged from here on out. Anyway, so we go downstairs as this party kind of starts to, finish off, and Jason's already left, and, it's no longer a Buck only thing, and all these people are starting to kind of come upstairs because that's what they usually do on Saturday nights. We go outside. We partake in some extra
vitamins.
Yeah, it was delicious, by the way. It was great. And so now we're getting a little bit loose, right? And Sammer's getting
Caitlin, they're in the chat.
Caitlin, there she is.
They're in the chat.
Dylan and Caitlin.
There, Iowa, there it is. See?
Dylan the plug.
Yeah, the plug. That's all we call him. That's all I'm going to call you. I don't care what your real name is. I never will, okay? And so then we get back upstairs, and it is fucking unreal in there. And Old School at this point has solidified himself as the DJ puppeteer, right? And the music is amazing. The dance floor is packed. There was some serious talent. Wherever we thought, like, we had met the pinnacle of talent, and then all of a sudden, Holy shit. Unbelievable talent.
It was Appleton, bro. I was like,
oh, yes.
What's going on
out
here?
Of woodworks.
It was awesome. So those of you who didn't travel with us, you guys missed out. So those videos that Sank had earlier, that is not normal Sammer. That is Sammer with backwards hat. Backwards hat Sammer is party Sammer. That's a very different human being. Okay.
Hey, Dylan, the plug. I got to tell you, I essentially live in a vitamin shop. Okay. There's vitamins around me 24/7, 365. Yes. It's been 15 years since I've had any vitamins. And you, sir, that
was amazing.
Oh, by the way, up there,
you allowed me to eat some.
By the way, bouncing on the dance floor, tail everywhere.
Dylan for being the plug and just being the amazing human that he is.
Yep.
He got to know some people that are going to be inactive the night before, which was pretty fucking crazy.
Oh yes. Because of that, he became he
became an insider.
The circle.
Instantly
part of the circle right now. Absolutely.
Yeah, bro. If you know how it is, bro. If you do work for the family.
Yeah.
You're an earner. So, Dylan's an earner.
On that dance floor where we took that photo that eventually would become the album cover for whatever that weekend ends up being called, okay? That was
wait.
That was Latte, pretty high. That was Stank, kind of high. That was Old School. I don't know if he gets drunk or not, but he was definitely having a good time. And that was Anthony in the back making sure that no one got destroyed. Anthony continually, listen, massive thank you to Anthony, because not only is he a friend and family, but he's literally our security the entire time we're anywhere. He's constantly like he's like that coach that McVay has that kind of just keeps curtailing him from the sidelines. He did that for me multiple times. Yeah, the get back guy. He was pulling me from this side. Like a guy had a problem with a girl that I danced with, and Anthony leans in from. I didn't even know he was next to me. He goes, "Is there a problem? You need to take care of that guy?" I go, "No, dude. Yeah, that's not even her man, dude. It's fine. It's good, right? He didn't even need to. He's just ready. He's watching it, right? It was awesome. And we take this amazing photo. We are absolutely loose here. Like there is, yeah. I mean it tells you everything. You
Did you pull it up?
Yeah.
Oh, it's there. Oh, that photo is amazing. It is a great album cover photo. It was awesome. Anyway, so the night finally winds down. We meander our way outside.
Oh no!
We end up getting some Zup.
By the way, at the party, we did have a few VIPs at the party. We're going to get into that.
He mentioned that, and then the party ended. You know,
we had some Zup. Don't forget the Zup, the amazing Zup.
That was such a strong move. Walking back and getting the pizza. Holy crap!
I walked in there and I go, "Can I get a pie?" He goes, "We don't sell them that way." I go, "How many are in a pie?" He goes, 8. I go, "Okay, can I get 8 slices of cheese pizza, please?" He goes, "How do you want them? In plates?" I know, "I want them in a box." I was like, "Okay."
But he didn't have a box the size of a pie, so they were all like laying on top of each other.
Yeah. So I got them in plates. Yeah. I kind of, put them together, whatever. Walked outside. Coolest guy in the whole street at that point, right? I come out, I give you guys We're walking down, we're eating in front of the hotel. It smells like weed, obviously, right in that area there. Not sure why. Right next to the trash can, massive weed scent.
I don't know. I got to say this about the club thing when they let the locals in. I don't know what it was, Derek. It's probably because strange. We're different, but my God, if we weren't just like magnets, I was like, just no, back up. I need a security. There were so much
very strange
thrown at us. It was like, what is going on?
And why was it all of them were 32-year-old mothers of 4, but also very attractive?
Oh my God,
very hot. Holy shit.
Extremely.
So,
and like you could ask them to name the kids, and they knew the names. I don't know. It might have been your cologne.
Was it the fact that we were?
I think it could have been the cologne.
Latte and I are very exotic to this group of population here. Obviously,
extremely exotic.
Very.
So,
but we're eating. We're walking back. We're admiring the talent in Appleton, which is insane. I never knew that was there.
I think they actually came in from out of town because they heard about the party. I don't know that those were Appletonians.
That probably explains a lot of it.
I think they were imported.
That was imported in. I think he's right.
Talent.
I would tend to
agree. Then we get to the entrance of the hotel. We're hanging out in this big grand entrance, eating our za, amazing za. And like people just keep piling out of the hotel. They had like some sort of Christmas party or something. All these people.
Oh, here we go.
Dressed in the nines, just looking great. More people come out. We talked to some more people. Like, "Oh, you're going to the game tomorrow?" "Oh, don't you know?" It was fucking awesome. And then we get to the elevator to go to our rooms because the evening is over. And you can go full poppy cam if you want to, but I had one of the most awkward.
I kind of wanted to tell the story and then let you tell your perspective of the story.
No, fuck you. I'm telling the story because
I think I tell it
sir. No, you don't.
You're blurry.
No, who's blurry? I'm blurry.
You are.
Listen, I tell the story better. Okay, And you can tell your perspective because I made you very uncomfortable. I made a lot of people uncomfortable that night.
No, you don't tell the story better. You shut your face, sir.
I do.
Because there are rules. There are certain rules. Every guy knows these rules.
Every guy.
I know the rules. I know the rules.
You just know this.
I know the rules.
So we get into the elevator. All beautiful people in the chat. And a couple enters. And
very drunk.
A very pretty girl walks into the elevator with a dress. And you know those prom dresses that are kind of tight and then they poof, Derek? They kind of poof a little bit. It. Yeah, no, it was a poof dress. Shut your face.
Nah.
Hey, mute him. Fucking shit. Shut up.
Not a poof dress.
Oh, poof dress. Walks in. Sammer doesn't drink. Not like that. Not like he was drinking this weekend. And
I'm not on the elevator.
We also had some vitamins. Do you remember that?
We had vitamins too. Sammer decides.
Quite a few.
Hey, with Anthony, with me, with Sammer, with the couple, with another couple that was with that couple from the party, Sammer decides to say, with all due respect, pregnant?
No. That's not how it went down. No.
Are you pregnant?
No. I said, listen, my inner voice knows.
Hold on, you guys aren't really even setting the tone. This chick was so fucking hammered.
Completely hammered.
Yeah, so was the dude.
Super hammered.
So was the dude. They were like leaning onto each other. We get into this elevator, right? And I know the rules, okay? If you see a fat lady and you think she's pregnant, you don't say anything because you're never going to be right in any scenario, whatever you say, whichever way you go, right? I know this, but high and happy and kind of drunk Sammer was like, hey, no, this lady right here who I'm never going to meet again needs to know that I want to congratulate her for being pregnant, okay? Yeah. She has to know in this moment that I'm congratulatory of her due pregnancy. And so that voice overtook and said, excuse me, I'm sure you guys already know this. And I mean this with all due respect. Congratulations on your pregnancy. And oh no. It was a terrible decision. And I knew this too. I knew once it came out of my mouth, I fucked up, right? But listen, in my defense, she had that dress that had the seam on it where it made a basketball shape, right? And I was like, I like pregnant lady, okay.
That's what I said. But as soon as he said that,
worse.
I'm big. I'm a massive human being, right? Like, if you've been around me, you know I'm big. I could not find a way to make myself smaller.
Oh,
I just looked at the floor. I looked at the ground. I did not pick my eyes up.
You didn't even say what she said.
And Sammer kept going. He kept doubling.
No. She looks at me. She goes, "I'm not pregnant, but thank you for making me feel fat and ugly."
I remember that.
I go, "Oh no." And I'm pretty high right here, right?
No.
Go, oh no.
It was slow motion. Oh no.
Yeah, and I go, oh shit. And I look at the numbers on the thing. We're going from the first
floor. It's only 4 floors or 3 floors.
Yeah.
3 floors.
Dude, we've been in there for an hour. No joke. It's an hour long right there.
We get the most awkward fucking 30 seconds of my life, bro. I couldn't find anywhere to hide. So as soon as the elevator dings, it's like, ding, I'm getting off this bitch. I get off. Sammer and I get off. And we notice, oh shit, we're on the second floor. We're supposed
It's only the second floor. Somebody clicked the second fucking button for no reason.
So we go to get back on the elevator, and boyfriend goes, no, this is for pregnant ladies only.
Yep. I looked him dead in the eyes. I go, hey, that's
sorry, man. I got to get on this elevator.
I go, that's fair. That's really fair.
Hey, I got to give it to him. That's a really good, in the heat of the moment,
comment
statement.
Comment. I gave it to him.
Hey, the best part is Sammer's like, that's fair. But I gotta get on this elevator.
But then, listen, the door's still open. It's a 20-minute conversation here. Door's still open somehow. So I looked at him. I go, but I really need to get on this elevator, man. and he finally goes, okay, yeah. And so we get back in the elevator again. Slowest elevator ever. It's never been this slow until this exact moment. And then we finally get to the third floor. But on the way there, yes, folks, this story still gets worse.
It gets worse.
Okay. It gets much worse.
It gets worse.
The dude, I go, listen, man, I'm really sorry. And I just couldn't stop talking. Like, it just wouldn't stop. And then he goes, we've actually been trying to get pregnant.
Sammer, you're not mentioning the fact that I peaked up at this point after about, like, literally 15 minutes of just looking at the floor, getting off the elevator, looking at the floor, get back on the elevator. I happen to peek up, and the guy's eyes are like bloodshot red. He looks emotional, and he looks at Sammer, and he's like, yeah.
He's lying.
We've actually been trying.
And he was lying.
Happened.
No, he's lying. You know how I know? Because she leans into him, drunk as fuck, and goes, stop saying stupid shit like that, Tony. Or whatever the fuck she said to him, okay, in her Appleton voice. And I was like, they are fucking hammered, so they're not going to remember any of this. And I was like, he's fucking lying. he's definitely lying. And that's when I was like, you know what? I got more confident then. I was like, fuck this motherfucker. Now he's making a joke of this whole thing.
He didn't get confident.
This is serious.
He didn't get confident. Shut your fucking face. You didn't get confident.
I felt pretty bad, yeah.
You know what happened, Derek? The elevator's door opened. We all got off on the same floor. Sammer's supposed to go to the right. The couple goes to the right. Sammer goes
left. I go left, baby. I'm going left.
I'm like, you're not. No, I'm left.
I'm right next to you, dude. I'm holding your hand. I'm walking left.
You're a lovely couple heading back to your room.
Derek, I'm like, dude, you're not with me. No, you go right.
No, man, no way.
So he tells me, he's like, I'll just because the hotel guys just picture it. You get off the floor and it kind of circles fully around, right? So Sammer's like, I'm just gonna walk around, man. It'll be fine. I'm like, dude, they're gonna be on the other end. He's like, no, bullshit.
You told me. No, you led me astray. You said just walk around the corner. You won't run into them.
Walk around the corner, and there they are again. Oh, hey guys.
They're right there getting in their fucking room. I'm like, shit. They're about to go make a baby. And so I go back. So I had to walk my ass.
Snack machine.
Yeah. I had to walk my ass back past Latte's room, back past the elevator, and all the way to my room. Right. And at this point, I'm walking kind of slow. I'm real mellowed out for obvious reasons.
Right. No, you're not mellowed out. Stank finds them.
There's more. Yeah. No, there's more. I know.
Me and I think it was I don't know me and somebody decided to go to the front desk, so we missed this entire thing. So I make it up, I don't know, 20 minutes later, and I see Sammer like by himself. Our rooms are right next to each other.
Dragging his feet, head down.
Yeah, walking like he just saw his dog got hit by a truck. Like I was like, is that shame? What? I've never seen
Sammer look like
ever.
In my life.
I was really high.
I'm like, what's up, bro? And he just starts mumbling like,
somebody pregnant.
I just said something to this lady. Somebody's pregnant. I didn't even get what I was like. All right, bro. Good night. And I went to my room the next morning. I heard the fucking story, and that was bad, Sammer. But what I would have said though, when he said we've been trying, is you could have pivoted, perfect pivot to be like, nah, she's pregnant, dude. I know. I have the talent.
Listen,
that's why I said that, because
it's all shitty. Okay,
you did it. Congratulations.
It's all shitty because, listen, I know not to say that, but like I said, the other part of me was like, we're doing this right now. This lady needs to know that we know that she's pregnant, okay? I stand by what I deduced properly. She was pregnant. And I saw Anthony the next morning. I said, Anthony, you saw that lady? She had a basketball under her dress. That wasn't a beer belly. That was pregnant belly. Yeah. And I still, to this day, stand by my deduction that she was pregnant. She was 100%. She was lying. And you guys are like, oh, she was drunk. But she's a terrible human being. So you know what? You guys are making me feel bad about someone who's actually a fucking terrible human being. So, and I feel bad for that baby who's going to grow up to be, to all sorts of complications.
To be stank.
Yeah, he's going to be a stank type baby. All right? You guys make me feel bad. She's a terrible human being.
Hey,
I was helping her.
Sammer, read the super chat.
Wait, super chat from the plug.
From the plug.
Dylan says, 999, thank you so much. If you are considering going on this trip next year, it is a must go. Being from Iowa, I don't have any friends to talk Buck football. And the minute we walked into the hotel, we were so welcomed. Best trip ever. I don't know if Dylan is the plug. Dylan, you need to put a plug.
Dylan is the plug. That is plug. That's the plug.
Okay.
Bro, learn
Dylan's
fucking name, bro.
I'm not going to be good with names. I got to associate face with
I'm going to call him the plug. I'm sorry. Dylan, you're the plug.
You're the plug, dude. You're the plug. Yeah. And you got to go on every trip because I'm not going to be the one caught on the airplane when we enter Minnesota or places like this, all right? So you're coming for that reason alone, okay?
You just gotta go out behind Stank. They're gonna frisk Stank anyway.
Yeah,
that's why that's where the whole barefoot story began. Sammer, me at the airport, and I'm a Floridian, so I wear flip flops and chanclas, and I just kick them off and walk through TSA completely barefoot.
Disgusting.
And Sammer shamed me, and I was like, nothing wrong with this at all. And so I've always been. I guess Sammer kind of had this whole all planned out. I was running interference from Sammer from the get-go. He always has somebody doing it, and evidently it's been me, and I didn't even know.
You didn't know? No. So that's how Saturday night ended. But I still stand by. She was pregnant. She was definitely pregnant. She was 100% pregnant. I know I should have said it, but she was pregnant.
God.
Hey, I love if the people who are still watching right now, I love you. Okay?
No, there's a lot of people
we don't even talk about the game at all.
No, that's next. That's the next one. So that's the next one.
How long is this podcast? As long as the fucking Appleton day?
No, we're finished. Yeah, bro. This is one Appleton
I feel like we're still in the. I feel like I'm trapped in the elevator right now.
No. All right, so we're gonna tie it up. Sunday, we get to Lambeau. It's amazing.
No. We had the awesome fucking school buses, bro.
Yeah. You guys gotta help me out here. Can't remember all of it.
Hey, then for some reason, Derek, I don't know why, Sammer gave Stank the job to count how many human beings we had on the bus.
Dude, and we kept fucking with him. It was awesome.
You fucking assholes.
Yeah,
We were
school bus.
We got on a damn elementary school bus and acted like we were in 4th grade again. Snake's trying to count. He's got his shoes off so he can get past 10. And we're like 13, 27, 43. And he keeps fucking up and having to go back to the front of the bus. The bus driver's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, why am I picking up children here? These are supposed to be grown-ass adults. Yeah, get on the school bus. We go on. I thought it was an awesome ride. It was pretty fun.
Awesome.
It was entertaining.
Yeah,
I did, bro.
absolutely.
It's been quite a while for me since I was on the school bus.
My first time on a school bus. I didn't know how any
you know what's funny?
Biggest school bus I've ever been on.
For folks who haven't made this trip, this is actually pertinent. So when you go to Lambeau, which is in Green Bay, there's now there are hotels there. When I went last time the Bucs played, there was one hotel. And now the hotels that are there are probably hard as shit to book. So you typically stay in Appleton. The teams typically stay in Appleton. But that whole area around the stadium, the place that you guys got to see where the bar was and where the outdoor tailgate was and all that stuff was, when I went there last time, none of that shit was there. Literally all that shit has been in the last 5 years, right? So you take a long-ass ride from Appleton to Green Bay. And normally you'd be like, well, that sucks ass. That takes away time. It doesn't. It's actually really, really cool because you're on, especially with a large group of people, you got a whole busload of folks going and you're going to get things done. So it's actually part of the experience. So again, well set up, well coordinated. I ended up riding back with some of my PFUFA folks and having brisket in Green Bay, but I know Coach rode back with you guys. Everyone got back safely. And it was good to know when you're stranger in a strange land right now, Green Bay, everyone's fucking friendly. Nothing bad's going to happen. But to know you had that sort of security blanket, you got dropped off, everyone knew where you're going to be, and then you're going to come back to the same spot, really worked out well. So
yeah,
it was really part of the experience.
And Coach brought his readers along to make sure he could read his phone during that long drive.
100%.
And listen, quick message to Coach. I'm pretty sure you're not watching this because I don't even think you know how YouTube works.
He's not watching.
He's gone back and watched some of you guys' episodes.
But I will say he is a fucking champ in a sport, dude, to take the shit that we said to him, and because he's old as fuck. But hey, you guys can attest to this. That motherfucker, listen, he may be 90-something, but he still has his fucking fastball. He was zinging him right back, dude.
Yeah, I remember the moment that I was like, oh shit. So we've never met him before. We're hanging out with Old School. Really first time actually hanging out with Old School in person. And we get to the bar and we're talking shit and we're just being our normal, crude, disgusting selves. I'm in the back of my head, I'm feeling a little weird because I don't know who this guy is.
This really fancy white dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fancy, he's sophisticated, well-spoken, intelligent.
All of his
set up,
everything.
Really
good
posture.
Weird.
The complete antithesis of me. Still beautiful, full head of hair. Good teeth, all that shit.
Posture.
And beautiful
very
posture.
good posture. Great posture.
Beautiful posture.
Good posture, all that. So smells good. Wear shoes. Anyways, we're talking shit, being crude, and then out of nowhere, he just chimes in with the most disgusting shit ever, and I knew he was family at that point.
I didn't know who he was. I was like, "Who's this old white man that was next to us?"
Really nice. Then come to find out, he's like a legendary coach
over his shoulder. Yeah, and he was teaching us ball.
Well, he's legendary coach, which is why I dubbed him coach. He's like, "Why you guys call me coach? Because that's what you are now.
You're a
coach."
Like
you were. People at the bar knew who he was. Yeah. Randoms at the bar.
We're yelling coach across the table at Vince Lombardi's at the steakhouse. We're just yelling coach across, and every time we do that, Derek's like, "Oh, why are these fuckers calling him coach?"
Yeah, and of course.
And why are they yelling in Lombardi's?
He's obviously been around idiots like us and in locker rooms half his life, and so he's got a fucking sharp tongue and the gift of gab and fucking comebacks like that. He's the best, man.
Yeah, Mark Christensen says, "I thought you guys knew him. All the shit you gave him. No, just met him, dude.
No, we just met him.
I've known him for 10 years. They didn't know him.
Yeah.
So then the bus drops us off at the fucking tailgate. It comes with the package, all you can drink, all you can eat. Got brats, got burgers, got barbecue, got all kinds of shit. It was amazing. And
Bloody Marys. I had 7 of them.
The night before had said, Christian, you need to get yourself some spotted cow. Spotted cow? Fucking steak or something, Jason? No, man, it's a beer that they brew here. You can't get anywhere else but here. Good shit.
Oh, you mean Jason Light told you that? Where did he tell you that at?
At the Saturday Night VIP party, man. I mean, I
thought
thought
we covered that.
We were to cover.
Oh, Jason Light was there?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Anyways,
Wow.
So I tried the spotted cow. It is the Derek. Did you have any spotted cow? It's. I'm not.
No, I've had it though. It's a good beer.
It's a good beer.
So smooth, so good. I miss spotted cow. I am fucking.
That's a good way to put it. It's a very smooth beer. You can just keep on drinking them.
Yeah, easy. Really.
Jonas asked a couple times how many cows. We didn't see a single cow the entire trip. Honestly.
They're all being consumed.
Yeah. I mean, we saw some cows walking around.
Then about
the actual animal.
30 minutes into the tailgate, no big deal. Allstott up the gut fucking crashes our damn tailgate. Allstott is there. What?
Yeah, dope as hell.
Insane.
But hey, how did we meet him? Hold on. We met Allstott's son, who looks just like Allstott.
Oh, have you seen him, Derek? His son is his twin, bro. It's scary.
It's crazy.
Yeah. We're like, holy shit, you look like Allstott. He's like, yeah, no shit, that's my father. We're like, what the fuck?
I called him Allstott Jr. and he did not like it
like,
at all.
We're like, where the fuck? Where's your dad? He's like, oh, he's fucking in there. He's in there. Fucker's in there taking pictures. I'm like, what? Oh, so
Mike's always a lot of fun on the road, man. He takes pictures of everyone. He never loses his patience. There's a lot of guys that. It's a lot of pressure, right? I mean, he's a goddamn legend, and a lot of fans will try and get time, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I can imagine at some point it'll make someone snap, and I don't mean the way Sap snaps sometimes, but I've never seen Allstott, and I've been around him a bunch of times. I've never seen him not happy, right? He's always in good spirits and having a good ass time. He really is a hell of a dude.
Yeah, that was kind of the highlight of the tailgate. Honestly, it was pretty dope. We walk our asses into this amazing stadium, and like you said, Derek, everybody was just nice, man. It was crazy. They helped us to our seats 3 different times because the sections aren't labeled because this is still a stadium from like 1951. We finally get there.
It's all in Roman numerals. It's very confusing.
We finally get to our correct ass spot on these benches, on these bleachers.
Hold on. So we were one bench above, right, Derek? And we were good. It was like, wow, this is great. And then people show up and like, no, guys, you guys are the bench right in front of you. And we looked down, Derek, and it was like a space that fit like 2 of my wives. 2 of my wives. I was like, I looked at Sam. I was like, this ain't gonna work. I don't know how the fuck this is gonna work.
Anthony's champ. He stayed behind us, and then you and I stood next to each other. And Stank took a shit for about 25 minutes anyway, and he kept walking around the stadium the rest of the time either way. So we were pretty good. And then we meet these people in front of us.
Kind of disgusting, but he took a shit and then he came back with popcorn.
Dude, he sat down. He sat down in his pants that were covered in shit.
Fuck.
No, dude, you think he had a bidet in that fucking bathroom?
You think that taking a shit is going to stop me from getting finger foods?
Did you guys get the seats that they told you to get? The little fold-out seats?
No, hell no. We wanted to experience cold asses the entire way through, man.
The problem was it was wet asses because it wasn't cold enough to be snow, and so it was wet.
Yeah.
So the tour guide actually tells you to spend the $10 and rent the little. You're only guaranteed 18 inches of pitch or whatever, and you put that shit down there, and then you've got something that's not wet. I've been there when it was negative, or it was like 18. Them shits are cold.
But we didn't sit the entire time. We literally stood the entire game, even halftime.
That's awesome.
We didn't sit one time.
It was great, and we told the people behind us, Derek, and as if we said it 1,000 times, I'll say it 1,000 more, how nice everyone was there. We sat down and we got to our seats. We're like, guys, we're gonna be standing a lot. Just kind of pre-warning. Is that okay? And the people behind us were like, oh, do whatever you want. You paid for your ticket.
Yeah, that's fine, don't you know? It's okay, yeah. I was like, okay, cool, sweet. And then the people in front of us were talking shit and like the nicest shit talk you've ever been like, you guys. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Bro, hey, 2 of those
then
guys
they found us on Twitter.
Yeah, they followed us on Twitter, bro.
Love it.
They found us on Twitter and said, you guys are welcome at Lambeau anytime. Greatest Bucs fans we've ever met. I go, who the fuck says that to another fan base? What the fuck?
Yes, Jonas, you could bring your. A lot of people brought their own seat cushions. We didn't fucking sit the entire game, so it didn't really matter.
So listen, let's not gloss over that. So every other stadium you go in, you're one step from a fucking body cavity search, and you can bring in like a little tiny ass purse. Yeah. I saw dudes walking in with like deer heads and shotguns and a damn truck. It was amazing because they bring in their own seats. It was incredible. And I was sitting there worried, oh, shit, well, what are people going to be able to bring in? We should rent these little seats. They didn't give a fuck. People brought in firewood, I think. It was insane.
Bro, I saw
also, don't be handicapped.
Had a flask. Everyone in front of us had a flask.
Don't be handicapped.
Not be handicapped.
Or like have a bad knee, a bad leg. Don't do that and try to go to
I'm pretty sure I tore. Remember, I was leaning on you, Sake. We went to the concessions the first time. I think I like sprained an MCL at some point going up these goddamn stairs. There is nothing in that stadium. I didn't even think about it for handicapped people. There's no way you're getting to a seat. None. Not a single ramp was seen in all of Green Bay or Appleton.
And there's one step, right? I don't know why, but like in the section that I was, we were sort of right behind the goalposts. And so there's one step that was like 6 inches taller than every other step. So you're going up the steps. They're already big steps. Like, oh, these are big fucking steps.
Huge
big
steps.
And then there's a step that you need a goddamn grappling hook to climb up. It's like, holy shit. It really is an amazing experience. And I remembered there was this kid in front of me, a whole family in front of me, right? And this kid, call him 8, right? And he's chubby little 8-year-old, all bundled up and all this. He's a Go Packers. He's got the Packers jersey. I'm like, oh, this is great. Like I was this kid, except for I was too poor to go to the game, so I was listening to it on the radio. But this is cool. So I'm cheering. He turns around and he mad dogs me, and I'm like, what? We're gonna win. I go, look at the scoreboard. Chris is elbowing me. He's like, don't start a fight with the kid. I was like, he started it.
Yeah, he started it.
So the whole game, he started out, we're going to win. I'm like, bitch, look at the score.
Hey,
little fucker.
Talking shit with an 8-year-old.
Kids got to learn. Kids got to learn, man. Got to learn.
I did not laugh when he left early, though. When he left early, I was going to be like, get out of here, see? And I didn't. I held off.
You should have told him to sit, man. But I was going to say, to give you guys an idea of how those steps work, when you go to a movie theater, each level of seats is usually 3 steps as you're going from row to row. In this stadium, there are no mini 3 steps built into these levels. It's literally level,
Giant
level.
Steps.
And that's a step. And going down is a fucking bitch, dude.
Yes, it is.
Like, I took a break. I'm pretty sure. I remember I looked at Stank. I said, dude,
what the fuck?
Dude, my knee was fucking killing me. I don't even know how I hurt myself. I was like,
can you
I'm
imagine
pretty sure.
going up those steps when it's like icy?
Done it.
Fuck that. It slipped.
Fuck, bro.
Derek, I'm used to people carrying me, dude. I mean, I had magic carpet rides.
Yeah,
all of a sudden you're asking me to go up and down. They're like, we're climbing buildings, dude.
Does it get ice, Derek, or they throw salt down? Because that's got to be a nightmare if it's icy.
They take good care of it, but it does get frozen over sometimes. When I went, the time was super, super cold. There was a ton of snow everywhere. I mean, so we had a good cold experience because, we all brought clothes to handle super, super cold, and then it turned out to not be super, super cold. When I was there, when it was in the 20s and the teens, dude, I had like 3 more layers on, and I was 60 pounds heavier, and my fat ass was freezing. Like, it was brutal. And I think we should all dream of going back when it's like that. I mean, it sounds like you wouldn't want that, but that's exactly what you want. I don't want a summer game. I don't want an 80-degree game in Lambeau. Not interested.
We wanted the snow.
I agree. We wanted the snow. We wanted all the smoke. Sammer still says we sound Irish. Can you please, you're the good accent guy. Please bless us.
Oh, hey there, don't you know? Hey, welcome. Don't you do that now? Hey, remember? Hey, we were talking about what it would sound like to have sex with the Appleton lady.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right there. Don't you? Oh yeah. That's the. Oh yeah. That's the one there. Oh yeah. Oh, there you go again. Oh yeah. That was fun stuff, man.
Complete flaccid.
But we did that at the bar in front of kids, by the way, and that's when Bailey said, "I need you guys to kind of calm down."
Yeah, you guys might want to get the fuck out of this restaurant.
Yeah, and that's when Bailey was extremely happy.
That was the funny part. She didn't. She just told us to, hey, keep it down. She didn't throw us out. She wasn't mean. She wasn't aggressive. She was just predictably nice. And then we also exceeded the decibel limit the next day when Papa Keith was with us, and we were once again admonished. We lowered our decibel level for a few moments, and then we were fine. It was all good. No harm, no foul.
Yeah. Listen. I want to tell you people. Listen, the accent was absolutely terrible. You're right. It does sound a little bit Irish when I do it. It sounds Scottish when Latte does it. But you know what? Not a single fucker there talked like that at all. It was crazy. I was very disappointed. I got like a couple of bags from a couple of people, bagels and things like that. But nobody talks like that. I didn't like it, but whatever.
Listen, and then the game, right?
Awesome.
We talk about it on our trips. The people that have traveled with us before, the game is kind of like the cherry on top. It's after the tour and after the Saturday party that was fucking epic. After all the tailgate, everything you do, you get to the game, it's like the cherry on top, and it's like, holy shit! Then the Bucs just bless us with the
boys came to play, bro. The boys came to play.
Performance, bro. Mike gets a touchdown. Our boy fucking J Buck almost broke a knee. Getting the ball from Mike, but he's okay, thank God. And it's a record fucking setting ball. So happy for him. It was just fucking epic. It was awesome. You betcha.
Listen. What's crazy is we like Latte said, we say this all the time. The game is kind of the final piece of the whole trip, but it's not actually part of the trip because at that point we're like kind of off the clock. We don't have to really do anything or help anyone or, curtail anything or entertain, correct? But the Bucs could have lost that game 52-0, and it would not have ruined that entire weekend at all.
No, it really wouldn't have.
It was such a fun time. Like that was just, it was literally a cherry on top of a cherry. That's how amazing that trip was in the weekend.
By the way, shout out to Mark Christensen. Mark Christensen in the chat. He's been commenting the whole time. He said highly recommend traveling with these guys. Great time, great people.
Hey, that's Phil's husband. Dum dum.
All right, I'm just saying, bro. I was just giving some love, man.
Oh, they're both watching us in the same home on different devices.
How dare you call him Sill's husband? How about Sill is Mark's wife?
Fair, fair.
But look,
Mark is a fucking dime piece. I'll tell you that much.
He's a dime piece, and that's why from now on I'm gonna say Mark's wife when I see Sill's name.
Very tall. I found out he works in kind of a little bit of the government side of things. I didn't like that. I was very uncomfortable when he started telling me he was looking for a job.
We had no vitamins. We had all we had was alcohol.
Yeah, not even have that. No, I was drinking water, sir, and cranberry juice. Yeah,
I had illegal drugs, and these two guys they gave them to me.
Wow.
Wow.
So unrelated to illegal drugs and getting arrested. If you guys remember, probably in a drunken stupor, I tweeted the day before 27-16 and pinned it to my profile. And we were sitting at the end of the third quarter, and it was 27-17. And I'm like, I swear to God, Twitter does not want this game to end with this score because I will not shut my fucking mouth about it. We went on to score more points, which I, of course, reveled in. In fact, laying down and not taking the extra 7 points when Rashad got free at the end, which I rubbed Packers fans' noses in later. But it was a great game. I've been there for losses. I've been there for victories. And I agree, it wouldn't have tainted the trip. And I'm glad that you guys totally get that part because this is such almost, for sports fans, a religious trip, right? Winning is always better, right?
Yes.
Winning
for sure.
is always better. And winning the way we won and then carrying it onto the next week and winning the way we won, right? Tonight, I was with Coach and our mutual buddy, Bruce, who we all sit together in the stadium. And we were chatting about football and this, that, and the other. And I was like, hey, listen, man, Dallas doesn't look so strong anymore. Philadelphia looks super beatable. Kansas City's falling apart at the seams. I'm just saying, and he looks at me, we put a bet every year on the Bucs winning the Super Bowl, and we didn't this year. We just forgot. And he goes, are you saying what I think you're saying? Are you hedging and saying you think? And I was like, listen, it's all about who peaks at the right time. We're healthier now than we've been all year. The offense is starting to click, despite the fact that some large percentage of the fan base wanted every coach fired 2 weeks ago, right? As a Bucs fan, I hope everyone's a little bit excited about the opportunity and not still saying, oh, great, we make the playoffs and get drummed out instead of getting a quarterback's name who I didn't know 6 weeks ago.
Sick of fucking seeing those posts. So stupid. I want to win.
I'm excited. That shit? People are still posting that? I think
they're quiet about it now, right? They're a little quiet
about
it now.
I'm not happy. Oh, Snake's not happy until Trask takes some snaps. He
should have played last week.
Jonas says most points scored in Green Bay in franchise history, and Baker's the first quarterback to have a perfect passer rating.
Yep. First visiting quarterback.
Lambeau history, first visiting quarterback.
The only other quarterback's ever done is Aaron Rodgers, so there's only 2 total, regardless of all that. So that's pretty wild.
It's a good thing that Baker found the G spot because evidently I couldn't.
You could not, even though those.
So for those of you who are watching who may not know, we put together every single year. We put together 1, 2, or 3 away games where we take care of literally everything for the trip, whether it's 2 nights or 3 nights, excluding the flight, which we leave up to you, thankfully.
You don't want the same or leave it up for the same.
Clearly, they don't want. Yeah,
clearly, but we include everything that we're talking about, and then you also get to meet us whether you like us or not. So that's kind of not really non-negotiable.
That's
on top
true.
Of it all. You also get some cool swag. If you are interested or possibly interested in doing this next year, go to loosecannonstravel.com, hit the sign up button, leave your email address in there. Next year has got Kansas City on the docket. Yeah. And if it falls in the right spot on the calendar, Kansas City barbecue with the Loose Cannons. I mean,
everyone that was on that trip with us. They want to go to Kansas City. Derek, you've been to
great stadium.
Tell us a little bit about Kansas City.
Great stadium. The Hall of Fame is actually like Lambeau, where it's in the stadium, so you can walk around the concourse and walk through their Hall of Fame. The thing I noticed actually first, I went for a preseason game, right? Because we were playing them in preseason years ago, and I was like, well, fuck, I'll go there. I was going to play golf with my buddies in that direction anyway. biggest seats I've ever sat in a stadium. Again, this was almost 80 pounds ago, and super comfortable seats. So for any of the more portly fans out there, it's a comfy stadium. It is as loud as advertised. I've been to Seattle. I've been to Kansas City. Seattle ain't got shit on Arrowhead.
For real?
Wow.
Nothing.
I've heard that from I've heard that from players.
It's just different, right? These cats get it in a preseason game. You could even tell, right? So it would be a great trip. Now, when I went there was 1,000 years ago. So again, there was nothing around it. Tailgating is fantastic there. The barbecue is in fact fantastic. I don't know what else we can do other than see the world's biggest ball of twine, but going there for that stadium, it is one of the epic stadiums.
There wasn't to do in
Appleton. Appleton is bustling.
We bring the party, baby. We bring the party.
So, as some advice,
I'm gonna need Derek there again. I don't know if he.
Yeah, I agree.
But I agree. It's just the way he flipped that party. Derek's pretty much in charge of our Saturday night VIP parties from now on. At least the after party. At least
I agree with that one too.
I don't know. I all I did was work with the DJ. You guys did everything else. The food was on point. The bartender was on point. The location was fantastic.
Yeah, you got that man paid. You made him feel like a DJ. He's never felt like that before in his entire life.
What are you talking about, Sammer? He got him paid and he got him laid. I'm sure that guy took at least 2 or 3 home. The way he set that tone.
He's going to tell people the story of that night for the rest of his life. There was this one night in December where I felt
I
felt like a DJ.
If I put him in the room with 1,000 people, he'd be the last one you pick. He looked like he could do your taxes.
Yeah, he was an accountant.
Like an accountant. He was dressed like that too as the DJ.
He was definitely a CPA. Like he may have been doing people's taxes during the actual songs. Like in between. There was absolutely no transitions from song to song either. It was just like song ended, next song will play. Sometimes there's a little bit of a 60-second gap and no music at all. But
I think some of that was because he was using cassette tapes.
Yes. That may have been a problem. Yeah. That may have been a problem. Yeah. And there's one super chat,
by the way. Big super chat. Go ahead.
Ava Martinez, 1999. Ooh, massive dick on the table. Yeah, that's a BBC right there. I want to go to a road game with y'all next season. Man, go effing Bucs, baby. And fuck the effing Saints. Listen, fuck the Saints. Yeah, absolutely.
Times a million.
Hashtag five in a row.
This will be 5 in a row?
I guess so. It looks like we're daddy now, huh?
Looks like.
Bucs are daddy.
We always have been.
Derek, thanks not only for joining us in Appleton and in Green Bay and helping us just, let loose, but thanks for joining us tonight and helping us relive that incredible fucking weekend before Christmas, man.
My pleasure, man. It was a great time. I know Chris or Coach had a great time too. It was an incredible event. Anyone who gets a chance to go on an event with these guys, they do it right. And like I said, as someone who typically travels with a healthy level of solo nature, the way you guys blend events that you can participate in with the ability to go and freelance was absolutely perfect. So it was a great time. I look forward to whether it's Kansas City or whatever. I'll certainly do it again.
It's really Coach got to come with you though, right? Coach.
Coach has to go. Coach has to come.
Because after that game, Coach and I shared a cookie dough milkshake. Okay, so now that has to kind of become tradition on the road, and I'm not going to do that with any other dude. So.
I knew it was just a matter of time before he found a damn milkshake. So Coach has a blood sugar problem he's always got to watch out for. And so he normally, like when his wife has got him on lockdown, he watches what he eats, but he gets around his friends, and he'll typically order something better. And then if you have stuff left over, he'll be like, so what's that? Yeah. And he'll start eating off your plate. So I knew that motherfucker was going to find a milkshake place, and there were like 10 of them. It's the only thing that was more than bars was ice cream, dairy.
Yeah. I do want to say it's really awesome to hear you say that, Derek, because that's literally how we, Sam and I and Stank, designed this. We, for your significant other, whatever, like if you're in a cool, like if we've done LA, for example, where you have a day where, you can go kind of explore and you're not tied to us the entire time and fucking, event after event after event after event. We kind of let people breathe, go explore, go have fun. So it's really cool to hear you say that because it's what we set out to do. And I also like to take a moment to say, fuck you to Stank for making me eat sushi in goddamn Wisconsin on the last evening. Very strange. I was very scared. I was very scared. You had a flight the next day. I'm like, I hope it was
terrible decision.
But listen, not only did I eat sushi hours before the flight, then I doubled down with my jalapeno bagel. But I try to tell people this, but airplane bathrooms, underrated. You get it all to yourself. It's cozy in there.
You walk in that shit barefoot too?
There's like wind coming up. It kind of dries you out, you know, if you're a little sweaty down there from being stuck between people, like sitting on the airplane.
Dumb. You didn't give everyone the proper context, or Derek, man. It's just Derek. It wasn't just a jalapeno bagel, bro. He had a double shot espresso, a jalapeno bagel with salsa jalapeno cream cheese.
Damn, it was good cream cheese.
Why would you?
Hey, Einstein Bagel, can I get a sponsor? Can I get a sponsorship?
No, I don't think those people like to do sponsorships.
Those people? Hey,
what
do you mean? What do you mean those people?
Your people. You know what I meant. Anyway.
Oh, that's the end of the show.
Thank you for joining us, Derek. And yes, we did design it to feel like a vacation while also getting just enough of us because, well, actually, fuck that. No, you can never have too much of us. Anyway, go Bucs. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to preview the next game. And yes, it is fuck the Saints week. Go Bucs.
The flag.